Okay, kids, in this video I'm going to show you how to make the manufacturing machine. Okay? Here are the parts you're going to need. Alright? Make an accurate list of the following parts. Make sure you list all the parts very, very accurately. You might only get one chance at getting those parts, so be accurate. Check, check, and double check. Okay? Alright, here we go. Let's give you a moment. You can pause the video, or I will pause the video, and get your list ready. The first thing that you will need will be the white connectors. Okay, the white connectors. You will need 2 white connectors. 2 white connectors. Alright, so that's the first thing that you're going to need. Are the 2 white connectors. Yellow connectors. You will need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow connectors. You will need 6 yellow connectors. Okay? Six yellow connectors. Next, you will need the green connectors. You will need a total of 1, 2 green connectors. That's all you'll need are 2 green connectors. 1, 2 green connectors. Then you'll need some dark gray connectors. You'll need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark gray connectors. You will need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dark gray connectors. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about are the red rods, or the rods. You will need a total of 1 red rod. 1 red rod. Next rod is the yellow rod. You will need a total of 1 yellow rod. 1 yellow rod. Blue rods. You will need a total of 4 blue rods. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? You will need a total of 4 blue rods. 4 blue rods. Then we take a look at the white rods. You will need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white rods. You will need a total of 6 white rods. Whoop, don't want to get away from me. Alright, next. Green rods. You will need a total of 4 green rods. A total of 4 green rods. 4 green rods. Whoop. And those are really getting away from you, so you got to be careful. Then you have your tan locks. You will need a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 tan locks. You will need 4 tan locks. 4 tan locks. 4 tan locks. Then you will need yellow gears. You will need a total of 2 medium yellow gears. 2 medium yellow gears. Okay, not the large one. And these are crown gears. You can see how you have the teeth on them. 2 yellow medium gears. Then you're going to need some medium wheels. And you will need 2 medium wheels. 2 medium wheels. And the last thing you will need will be motors. But you only need 1 motor. 1 motor is all you need. Okay? So, there you have it. There are the parts that you will need. You have a total of, you need 2 white connectors. 2 white connectors. You need a total of 6 yellow connectors. 2 of the green connectors. 6 of the dark gray connectors. You will need 1 red rod, 1 yellow rod, 4 blue rods, and 6 white rods, 4 green rods, 4 tan locks, 2 yellow gears, 2 medium wheels, and a motor. If you need to, you can start the video again and double check your parts, but if not, if your list is complete, you're going to get out the parts you need and you can start the video again and begin building. Alright, so right now what you'll do is pause the video, or the teacher will pause the video. You'll take your list, get all the parts you need out of the warehouse, and then start the video again and begin building. Alright, so go ahead and pause the video and then we'll start it up when you're ready to go again. Alright, I'll get my area cleaned up. Okay, alright, my area is ready to go, and so I'm assuming you've got the video started again. And what we're going to do is begin building the manufacturing machine. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is you want to get a white connector and a blue rod. A white connector and a blue rod. And you're going to snap them together like so. Then what you're going to do is you're going to get a white rod and snap it up like that. Take another white rod, snap it in like so. Then you will need a yellow connector, and that will snap right onto the bottom like that. Okay? So this is what you have so far. You have a blue rod right here, white rod, white connector, yellow connector. Next, get a blue rod. Snap the blue rod into place. Then you will need a yellow connector, and you will snap it on the end of this blue rod there. Next, what you will do is you will take another yellow connector and you will snap it on the end of the blue rod down there. So this is what we have. Now, the next thing is a white rod, and you will connect those two yellow connectors using the white rod. Okay? This is what we have so far. Now we'll need some green rods, and you're going to connect one green rod into this yellow connector. So now you have your white connector, blue rod, yellow connector, green rod. You're going to take your second green rod, snap it in down below. Then take a green connector, and it will go on this white rod just like so. Now, you're going to make another one of these that is exactly the same. Okay? So what you'll do, once again, you'll start with the white connector, put a blue rod in. Then take another white rod, snap it in the top. Take a white rod, snap it in the bottom. Then take a yellow connector, snap it on the end of the blue rod. Then take another yellow connector, snap it on your white rod. Take a blue rod, snap it in your yellow connector. Take a yellow connector, snap it into your blue rod. Another white rod, connect those two yellow connectors. Now it's time to put our green rods on. Snap a green rod in the top yellow connector. Snap a green rod in the bottom yellow connector. And our final piece for this part is to take our green connector, snap it in like so. Alright, so now we have two identical parts, congruent parts. We're going to set these aside for now. The next thing that you want to do is get your yellow rod. Take a tan lock with the peg, this peg, pointing this direction, snap it on to your yellow rod. Okay? Make sure the peg is this direction. Then take one of your yellow gears, and the flange side will go on first. So you're going to take the flange and slide it in, and when you do that, make sure that this peg right here slides into that locking groove right there. So slide it on down and adjust it so it's on there like so. Now, so your gear doesn't slide off, what you're going to do is take a dark gray connector. Take your dark gray connector, and you're going to snap it on the end like that. Now, push the whole assembly down against the dark gray connector, so the gear is in place. Okay? Now, this is an axle with a gear on it, and it's ready to go. Your tan lock holds that gear in place. Very important feature of the tan lock. You're done with this, so we're going to set that aside for now. Now you're going to prepare your red axle. The first thing you want to do, okay, is take your red axle and put a dark gray connector on the end of it like so. Then take your wheel, your medium wheel. You want the spoke or the decorative side against the dark gray connector. So you're going to slide the spoke side in first, all the way down against the dark gray connector. Okay? Now, we want to fix the wheel onto this axle. So you have a spot here for the tan lock peg. So you're going to snap this on out here like so, with the peg facing towards the wheel. And you're just going to simply slide it on down and push that right into the wheel, just like so. Now the wheel spins and it's fixed to the axle. If you didn't have that on there, the wheel wouldn't spin and the axle would spin inside the wheel. We want it to be locked, so make sure that that peg is in the wheel. Okay, so it turns when you turn the red axle. Okay, the next thing that you want to do with your tan lock facing up is take a dark gray connector and snap it on like that. Slide it all the way down against your tan lock. Now, take your medium yellow gear with the flange facing away from the wheel, slide it on. When you slide it on, slide it all the way down so that it's right against your dark gray connector, all the way against it. Make sure the teeth are facing away from the wheel and the flange is right here. Okay? Now, the next thing you'll do is we have to fix this axle on there. Notice how when you turn this, the gear remains still while the wheel turns. That's because it's not locked with the tan lock. So we need to put a tan lock on there and snap it on, slide it all the way down, and lock that gear in place. So now it turns when you turn the red axle. Alright? Now, we're just about done, so you put that aside. Time to get your motor. Okay? Time to get your motor. Now, when you hold your motor, okay, you're going to hold it like this. Alright? You want to hold it so that the switch is down. Okay? The switch is down. Then you're going to take this part right here, and you'll notice the motor has some pegs on it right here. You want to put this part on your motor like so. Okay? So this is what you're looking at. Okay? Notice that the blue rod is parallel with the flat part of your motor. Okay, the blue rod is parallel with the flat part of the motor. Next, turn it, take your other part, and place it on your motor as well. Just like so. Alright? There we go. Now, here comes a little bit of a tricky part. Okay? What you want to do now is take this gear and axle, okay? This gear and axle will go through the white connector, okay? Through the white connector. So you're going to take it, push it in there, and give it a good click. And it will go all the way through, just like so. Push it all the way back, so that your tan lock is against the white connector. All the way back so it's against your white connector. Okay? There you go. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to keep this in place from sliding by taking this dark gray connector and snapping it down on like so. There you go. Perfect. Okay? So this is what it looks like. Okay? Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to take your other axle with your wheel on it, and you're going to slide it through these two green connectors. When you do that, your gears will line up. So very carefully take that, slide it all the way through, and notice that your gears are lined up. This alignment is very important. Okay? Now, in order to hold this in place so it doesn't pop out of there, what you're going to do is you're going to take a dark gray connector and put it on your red axle. Now don't try to push it in right there. You can push it in anywhere on the rib side. Snap it in and simply slide it back. Alrighty? Then what you do is you're going to put a tan lock on here, and the peg will face away from the dark gray connector. So, and you can put it on out here, snap it on like so, and then slide it back. And then you have one more wheel, and again, your wheel has a spot, a peg, a hole for the peg of the tan lock. Slide it on, wiggle it into place, and it's good to go. Now you don't want this to pop off, so what you're going to do next is you're going to take this dark gray connector, snap it on the end. Now you've got a little bit of play here, so what I suggest, instead of having this slide that way, I advise you, or I would tell you, to take this and separate it out like that. That way the wheel stays in place. Alright? And there you go. You've got your manufacturing machine. Alright? At this point, you would stop the video. You can stop the video. I'll stop it if we're doing it as a class. And we'll discuss what we can do with this machine. Alright?